This is the Long War. I'm Robbie B, and joining me once again are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher and Stephen Four. What's up, guys?
Yo, dog. Great to be here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you too. What is it? What's the Wednesday after Labor Day? It's like Tumbleweed Tuesday, and then what?
Hump a lot Wednesday.
That's a title I can get behind.
I didn't even know that there was names for post-Labor Day days of the weeks.
Yeah, so like I guess like in the travel industry or whatever, like everybody goes on vacation or stuff, and then like the day after Labor Day, they call it like Tumbleweed Tuesday because everybody's like back in their real lives or whatever.
I think it's Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre Wednesday.
Nacho Wednesday.
Yep.
So
Nice.
So it used to be Taco Tuesday, and it had to get moved to Wednesday, basically.
I love tacos.
I like nachos every day, especially on Wednesday.
I'll tell you. I'll walk you guys through how Taco Tuesday goes in my house. So we have tacos on Tuesday. I make them, and we buy we used to just buy like any tortilla, but lately we've been buying the like Ortega nacho cheese infused hard taco shells.
What?
Yes.
You know, like we have this whole like, no preservatives added kind of household where we try to get as much organic stuff as possible, except for this crack cocaine infused taco shells.
No, let me tell you how much organicness is made with that nacho cheese infused.
Yeah.
Like it's 10. It comes with 10 of them, right? So I bake them in the oven and I'm making them slinging. And this is how legit my tacos are. I make my tacos out of 100% lean ground turkey meat.
Ooh,
By the time I'm done slinging my seasonings and throwing my peppers in there, like I have people come over like, man, what is this? Because like sometimes they know I'll make bison tacos and stuff. Like, is this bison or beef? I just can't tell. It's like, dog, it's turkey. Like that's how legit we are. Except for this crack cocaine taco shell. So we get 10 of them, knowing that like me and my lady, we're not gonna eat like more than 4 tacos, maybe 5. So there's 5 left over, right? So I always make a pound to make a huge pile of that stuff, right? So Taco Tuesday is followed by Taco Salad Wednesday, where now I make this huge taco salad out of what's left over, and I take all that crack cocaine taco shells and I bust them up and make them into like nachos, and they're at the bottom with a actual flour tortilla holding them all in, and then all the taco salad joint on top. So you're like, oh, this is okay. This is a taco salad. This is kind of interesting. Bunch of boring lettuce. Then you get to the bottom and get your first bite.
Oh, you got.
And there you go. So I found a way to make a 10,000 calorie taco healthy by making it a salad.
I feel like we had an episode here recently about not doing crack. I feel
unless
like
it's nacho cheese infused tortilla shells, you can't do anything about it, man.
Oh my goodness, yo, that sounds so good, yo. Speaking of turkey meat, I got recently. I went to Walmart down here, and I usually get the jalapeno pepperonis. You get the little bag of pepperoni, right? And I'm like, I'm loving some pepperonis. I put it on everything, and I saw the green, and I just snatched it up, got it home, tried them. I was like, yo, this ain't the right thing. What is up with this? And I look at it, and it's like turkey, like 70% lean, and I'm like, this is not jalapeno pepperonis. I'm so sad. It's not spicy.
We're very disappointed.
I was like, there's no spice.
The most bland pepperoni on earth.
Oh my god, it doesn't even taste the same. I'm like, oh well. But the $3 I spent on it, I gotta get it back. So I've still been eating them slowly, very slowly, very slowly.
Man, no doubt.
Man, we got a lot to talk about tonight. I feel like Star Wars Force Friday was last week, so all the cool Star Wars toys are out and spoilers and things like that. And I know me and Juice got a big project going on that we're going to hit you with here shortly. What have you been working on, Kenny? You been working on some Chaos, guys? Or?
Yeah, man, I've been, actually last night was, I had a bad night last night. So I've got these, super converted Helldrakes. Maybe if you're following me on Instagram or Twitter, you've been seeing the progress shots. They're basically converted out of a Terrorgeist with some olefin legs and the tail made from one of the lash potentials. And they got, the ectoplasma cannon face. They're pretty sweet. But man, some of the parts of the Terrorgeist is so fragile, And so David converted them up for me, and he gave me these acrylic rod flight stands. I just wasn't jiving them because I just didn't like the way they connected, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna magnetize this to a standard GW one. So I'm moving stuff around. I'm drilling holes, trying to figure out how to put these magnets in, and I'm spinning the drill in there, and then Terrorgeist flies out of my hand. You know what I'm saying? This is already 99% painted. You know what I mean? Gone on the ground, smashed, broken. all the little sensitive things that held all the things together snapped off, you know. So now I'm like, oh, depressed. It's like midnight, and I'm like, I can literally not go to bed with it in this state. I won't be able to sleep, you know. So I stay up late, man, just like working on it, getting it fixed up. You know, blood effects, carefully hiding a seam break, you know, going to town.
Blood effects, typhus, corrosion, and rise of rust. How we cover up our mistakes.
Gonna have to go beast, you know. Like I'm like just, it's so crazy. So I finally got it the way I want, and I'm like detailing it, fixing some of the chips. I'm like getting happy again, and like I'm just sitting there, and then I look up, and it just falls out of my hand again.
Dude.
Like just bow right under the carpet, and then of course it breaks again. Like, but not nearly as bad. But right then, my lady opens the door and she's like, "You okay in here?" And I was like, "I am not okay. I am about to just kill myself." She's like, "You need to just go to bed, take a look at it in the morning." I was like, "I won't be able to sleep. Like, gotta keep working." So finally, I got it to where I wanted. I was happy. Carefully put it down. Went to bed.
Nice.
The worst.
I haven't broken something twice in a row. But I have broken something once like that, and yeah, you're right. You just you can't sleep. You're like, I gotta finish this. It's like the only thing I can think about on my brain.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, that is the worst, especially you know, with my models. Like I'm so meticulous, and I can't even. I mean, I can't even breathe.
Yeah, you're so detail oriented. I mean, I've seen the way you keep your models so tidy. And
so yes,
like literally, you don't mess. You don't. I mean, I can't even imagine.
Hey, Juice, where your models at right now?
I feel like there's some at this floor, at the floor of your house. You know, we just
covered it, meticulously stored in multiple locations for safety reasons.
I found the cat batting around a Euclid this morning. I was like,
Yeah, so I mean, I could spit some like, yeah, you want to know where mine's stored? Mine are stored at a air-conditioned. AC stored.
Beats Laboratory Clubhouse. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like
with 24 hours a day security.
Security, exactly. Like I mean, I've got that.
Did they have a pool there?
Yes, they got a pool and a gym. Free coffee in the mornings before 11. Like I mean, my models are taken care of.
They got valet trash pickup, I bet. In case they need to go somewhere.
Yeah. No, exactly. So we got a roll call for tonight. Got Clay Cruz checking in. What's going on, dog? Lamont is already preemptively struck on my Wednesday night question of what he's up to. The baby didn't show up on her own. She was going to the hospital tomorrow for induced labor. Oh, man. Prayers out to you. Make sure everything is going to come out phenomenal, and I know it's going to be great. Cannot wait to even check out little picture of the little one. Please keep us posted, man. We're here for you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the Instagram blow up.
Yep. So Evan checking in. Big shout out and thanks to all the support and everything on Spiky Bits for the Fire Raptor. So Famous Amos is here on time. Got out of work early so he can come check us out. So great. Thanks for tuning in. So we also have Mr. CEO himself, Sean Brown. What's up, him? Steve Bruley, as always, the man, the myth, the legend. And Black Tower Terrain checking in. The trees up here are telling him autumn is close. It's my favorite time of year, and also because I go to the Renaissance Festival. There's a huge one here in Durham, Concord Mills area, and it's that time of year. The second the leaves start falling, it's football season. I like to eat chili, a lot of heartburn and Tums. This is what this time of year means to me.
Now you mean Zantac now, right?
Yes, that's right. My 2-a-day Zantacs. But some days, they've been working so good that now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I miss all this stuff, so I'm starting to eat, and now all of a sudden it's like some days it's 3-a-days to include Tums as well. I got an addiction. Food.
Yeah, it lets you get a lot more ambitious with this. Like, I mean, you should see me with my little Tabasco peppers, like at the bottom of the Pete's pepper sauce container. You know. After,
yes.
So this is my new tech. This is secret tech, right? So if you don't know, Pete's pepper sauce is the greatest. It's just basically a jar full of jalapenos with vinegar in there, salt and pepper or something, and you just drip this vinegar that's been sitting in Tabasco peppers, and it's delicious. The problem is it's like $1.80, and if you're me, you use it in 2 uses, So I was like, man, why don't I buy like 85 cents worth of white vinegar? You know what I mean? I just keep filling it back up. So I can get about 2 months out of one of these things. Just keep filling it back up with vinegar. And I play with my ratios, like vinegar, some water, some salt, like, you know. So I feel like I got a better taste than they have because obviously they don't have enough salt in theirs, even though it's 5 billion milligrams of sodium.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's always that sodium in there, and then you never realize, and you add more in, and you're like, oh, it already came with a bunch, but I didn't taste it.
So back in the day, I would like pluck the little Tabascos out of there, and I would throw them in my mouth and eat them. And then obviously, that's a bad idea.
No, all of a sudden I'm talking to Kenny. I'm like, yo, Kenny, what you up to today? He's like, man, you know, just working on my second bottle of peppers. And I was like, what do you mean second bottle of peppers? Like, explain a little bit. Like, oh, you know, these peppers. I was like, oh, yeah, the sauce, man. I love putting that. No, I was like, literally, I run out of the sauce immediately. And then next thing I know is my snack, my side item to the sandwich that I was eating or whatever I was eating with. Now I'm eating these peppers. I was like, oh, let me tell you from somebody that is gangster. Next thing I know, my man's like, yo, might be a little constipated right now because I've had to eat 155 Tums to go to sleep tonight.
Yep. So that's what led me on my journey to discover Zantac to equip me with the ability to eat those peppers. So.
Well, look at it this way. You guys will never have any sinus problems whatsoever.
Nope. Oh, man, I love dicing them up, throwing them in my tortillas. I'm an addict.
Yo, so I was talking to a friend of the show, Horton. He's been on some of our battle reports, video battle reports on the Long War, and he did really good at Nova with Chaos Demonkin. What do you think about that, Kenny?
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. First off, Horton is a very phenomenal tabletop general. His love for Khorne has finally been satiated with the Demonkin because he's just unable to play Khorne to the maximum potential until this codex came out. So he's able to really just get a totally Khorne thematic army on the table, and it's no surprise to me that if you play for the love and you play with skill, you're going to do well. You know, especially if you put the time in, you practice, you make sure you know what the missions are like, and this is a guy who will always put the time in, always get good at it, and so there will never be a surprise for him, and he did really well.
Yeah, no, and you know it's interesting to note too, and I obviously don't want to take anything away from him, but we know obviously he's a good player. He always finishes towards the top in most events he plays in. Obviously this one was no different, but being at Nova, you know, they had the no super heavy, the no gargantuan creature rule, and I feel like that really helped out because he took a D-Thirster, which were definitely, you know, show favorite, right?
The D-Thirster is hard to use in my opinion, the D-Thirster is hard to use in a Demonkin army. He's easy to use in like a demon army where he has double greater gift and maybe he can get some invisibility, or not even invisibility. I'm just saying like a Grim War, Shroud, any greater gift plus almost any psychic power like makes him much easier to play with. So by playing with a dedicated Khorne Demonkin army, you are absolutely playing the hardest version of the D-Thirster to make successful. Because like one of the only reasons you take him is like the reason I take him is like I need him to kill a Night Titan. I need him to kill a Wraith Knight, you know?
I got his list here, and he did take it as a combined arms demon detachment, but it doesn't show any upgrades. So I don't know. We'd have to point this out just to be sure. But you want me to run down the list?
Yeah, please.
All right, so he's got obviously the D-Thirster as Chaos Demons, 2 squads of 8 Bloodletters, 2 Soul Grinders with Phlegm Bombardment, and that was his combined arms demons. Then he had 2 of the Gore packs from the Demonkin book, and that's 4 squads of 6 Fleshhounds, 2 squads of 3 Chaos Bikers, which is such a good value, with Melta Bombs. Because remember, you got in those Chaos Biker squads, you can give them plasmas. They also count as a champion, as a character, so you're getting double blood tithe if they die, or if they do work. They can, you know, I feel like they can be great sacrificial units to get some blood tithe points right off the bat. So he's got 2 of those Gore packs, and that was his whole army.
You know, are you sure that it's combined arms attachment demon for that first one?
That's what it says. Combined arms attachment blood.
That's interesting. I'd have to talk to him about that.
Because 8 bloodletters. But that's weird because maybe it isn't demons.
It's not. It can't be Khorne. It can't be demons because
you can't take
8. So it's all. That's what I'm saying. It's all Demonkin, and it also wouldn't make sense because none of that. Why would you take Khorne Soul Grinders when they don't do anything for blood tithing?
Yeah, so that's true.
That just must be. I think that somebody just posted that online and didn't have the actual army roster. So I mean, that's definitely 100%. That's the list I've seen him play. That's 100% Khorne Demonkin, and he's playing it with a little bit of an MSU flair. That's a lot of 6-man units of Flesh Hounds.
Yeah, you got basically eight blocks of them.
8 blocks of 6, and then you have, 4 squads of 3 bikers.
Yeah, which are strong.
Which are no, that's how you set them. You turbo boost them turn 1, get them right in the grill. So if you
that's basically how you get your blood type points.
Yeah, if you kill one squad, it's like I like feel no pain already. You know what I mean? Like literally turn like like maybe on their turn 1 they're gonna have feel no pain. You know what I mean? Depending on how it works. But regardless,
the soul grinders are no joke either.
No, they're good. They're good to just put out on the grill and just get things done. Now he plays the army well, and that's something that he told me with. He's like, "Yo, D-Thirster needs to be in every list," and I was like, "Yo, I agree. If I play Chaos, I'm always taking the D-Thirster, but I don't know exactly how much success he would have with the D-Thirster if people were shooting like if he had one Wraith Knight getting 2 opportunities to roll a 6 on a D shot a turn,
times 4,
times 4, or the even like the in close combat if you have the D weapon one. Like, I mean, any one of these guys swings first is a big problem with their D weapons because he's initiative 1. So the fact that the D-Thirster doesn't actually have to fight a D weapon in close combat that goes before him, I believe it makes him definitely a little stronger in this list. Now I know that Horton was making that championship bracket no matter what the rules were. I just thought it would be interesting to know because it's something we talk about all the time. When you remove things from the game, you make certain things stronger. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. In this situation, it's awesome that potentially D-Thirster got more play, but I don't believe we should be doing that to give the D-Thirster more play. I think the D-Thirster should have just been a gargantuan creature because it's preposterous that he's not.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say. I was like, yo, this is the first instant where it's actually good not to be a gargantuan creature.
Yeah. Right, he sneaks through on that, and it's kind of weird because I did that like weird article like a couple of weeks ago where I basically took like the top tiered list, I guess, and then I was basically okay, well you want to take super heavy gargantuan creatures out, all right, well this is what happens, and this is what starts rising to the top, and this is what becomes good, and the whole way through the 3 iterations of you take out super heavy gargantuans, and then the second one was you take out Grav. And basically the whole way through, like, demons are still good, demons are still good, demons are still good. And then, the other thing that basically kept everything in check was the Grav from Adeptus Mechanicus. It seemed like that was pairing well against, that would stack up good against everything. But once you start taking Grav out, that's really weird. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Once you make all these changes and you start creating these vacuums, certain things are just going to rise to the top, and it seems like demons are always just a solid choice.
Yeah, demons always have the tools. Demons make more demons so that you win objectives. Demons don't have to make more demons, so they can be good at kill points. They are pretty much immune to the thing that everyone's afraid of right now, which is Grav spam. Mm-hmm. They don't really care about super heavies and gargantuans because they're the epitome of being able to tar pit something. Like, they can make units to tar pit you with.
Yeah, exactly. Or they can lock you out. Like, you can basically fly in front of a knight with, 3 blowflies or
literally
3 screamers.
Six screamers from 2 different summon squads make a Night Titan unable to move.
Yeah, he's just like, I guess I'm sitting here. I'm going to charge you. I'm going to blow one up. Whatever. Like,
yep. Once you get 2 units of 3 out on the table and turbo boost in your little yin-yang pattern around a Night Titan, all he can do is kill the 3 on the charge, right? Then
because he can't place the template.
Because he can't place the template. Then he can only ever. Then all you have to ever do is make another unit of 3, and you can keep this guy like never moving. Yeah. Like, I've done it a dozen times to people with demons.
But I will say this: like, I am not opposed to the idea of having tournaments that are different like this. I don't necessarily think that it's a bad idea. I think it gives I don't necessarily will not go to Nova. That's just my thing. I don't mind saying it. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't like a win-loss, period. I don't care what the rules are, so I try not to spend my money going down that path. But I am not mad at the event because, it gives that demon player now, who wants to play that can go to that. Somebody can go to this and this. And to be honest, I wish Night Titans weren't in the game, period. I wish everybody would get on this bandwagon. F Night Titans.
You mean Wraith Knights or?
Yeah, excuse me, Wraith Knights. I don't mind Night Titans. I apologize.
If everyone got something like that's what I kind of really just believe is like if we all just got one, it'd be fine. Like I believe the new Chaos Codex is going to come out and we're going to have our Chaos Night Titan entries in there and everything like that. That makes it workable. Like if everyone has a big option,
That's a good point. A big viable option, not just like some big goofy oak. That's 500 points. That's not even in the same thing.
Yeah, everyone needs an option. You give everyone an option. That's more like the solution. But I agree with you. That's a really good point. I'm not saying I wouldn't go because of the win loss. I agree with you. I don't spend my money on the win loss. And Horton and I even talked about that on the phone. And my other buddy Carlin, give a shout out to Michael Carlin, rocking the new Iron Hands and the Blood Angels at Nova, and he had a blast at his first competitive event. Something we talked about, had a lot of really close games. He took a lot of losses, but he was reciting to me the battle points. He's like, 17-18, another heartbreaking loss, the whole weekend. And I was like,
why is that a loss? You should still be in there. There should be high scores.
You should be in the top bracket, dog. Literally, because it means you got 17 points out of 18 points every round. No. In a win-loss tournament that is essentially 1 billion to 0, and I'm all about keep what you kill, keep the points you score. You don't get that opportunity in a win-loss, and that's why I don't spend money to travel or anything like that to go to win-loss tournaments. The rules, though, that's a whole different category. This, different type of FAQ with this type of ban list. I would play in someone's tournament that had a ban list, and I would play in someone's tournament that had their own individual FAQ. I absolutely would, as long as the way you score points was desirable to me.
Exactly.
I don't like these homebrew dude, we just need to pick an FAQ and just kind of go with it, because once you spend this time reading this FAQ, this 17, 20-page FAQ, and then you're like, oh, well, now this store plays this way, so let me read this other page, and then it just starts getting it's too much. You're already learning, the rule book's so big, and then you got this book here, this FAQ here that I got to learn for this, and then I got this homebrew thing to learn for this event. What if I want to travel to a different city and play in this event?
Gotta do the research, brother.
Gotta do your research. Yeah,
I'm not opposed to that, but I feel like it's a lot to put on players at this point.
So I guess the point is and Rob, because you are a big voice and name and everything in. So with that being said, then do you create your own, or are you just going to go along with everybody else's? That's kind of that's where we're at. Is would you just be all right, cool, then I'm just going to play.
That's
I don't like it.
That's the thing. I don't agree with Nova's FAQ. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the ITC's FAQ. I don't agree with it. I would play in their events, but that's what so it's kind of like the American League and the National League. They have different rules, dog. They're playing the same game.
Right, and that's that's why the tournament I'm running down here in Fayetteville on the 19th, we're using the ITC FAQ. I don't agree with a lot of it, but I need a baseline to go by that's recognizable, that people can learn and only learn it once and keep up with throughout the year, and hopefully reuse it for more events, and not have to relearn. Oh, well, this month we're playing this rules. This month we're playing this rules.
I do agree that's quite annoying, but let me put it this way: there's a difference between the national scene and the local scene.
Sure.
You are absolutely fucking up if you are not willing to learn someone's FAQ. If you're down to get on a 3-hour plane trip, spend $400 in hotels. Plus your food that weekend, drop an easy $1,000. If you're down to spend that kind of money and take that much time out of your week, I literally don't care. Learn it, because
if you're not willing to give the ITC a chance, that's what everybody's using at the very least.
Well, that's not what everyone's using. That's not.
Nope.
I mean, literally, Wargames Con, Adepticon, Nova baselined it.
Yeah, so there's an ego right there that took something that a lot of people use and they made a different one.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That already happened. You've only named Wargames Con almost. Wargames Con is not a big event anymore.
Well, okay, so you got all of Reese's stuff.
And so on the West Coast,
Adepticon.
That is the definition of NFL, AFL, national leagues, and that is literally that's over there, dog. I don't even see that shit.
I'd be surprised if ATC didn't use it next year. What's the Warzone Atlanta using?
I don't know what they're using, but I'm saying it's that's over there. I don't even see that. But there's multiple events that use their own brews, and as long as there's someone that has something to say and something to disagree with, they're going to continue to base their rules loosely on someone else's FAQ and change all the things they don't agree with. And that's going to keep going until eventually we all kind of know mostly what we're expecting. What are we playing? We're playing the ITC FAQ with the Nova ban list. Got it. That is where we're heading. Is what I believe we're heading.
Yeah, I think the ITC is a good baseline to start with.
Yeah, I agree, because they've already. They've put the work in. They've put everything else. And so 2 points. A 17 to 20 page FAQ, is it really that much? Now, it sounds like a lot because you're like, God, there's that many rules, but But like you got to think the rule book is 1 million pages or 999.
Well, that includes all the codexes
and
too.
then,
The codex
then
books too.
yeah, there's 15 codexes, and then there's like 30 supplements, and then there's all this. So I mean, in all reality, 17 or 20 pages. If they're not going to go that deep, just don't do it at all.
Yeah, don't do it at all.
Thank you for. And again, I am not saying I agree with everything. I disagree with most, whatever else, but I agree and love the fact that somebody's doing it. I've had so many conversations with people. They're like, I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do this. I'd have to do this. I'm like, all right, well, look, if you can't get down with it, then you got to create your own. If not, then we got to move forward. But you just can't be a hater just to be a hater. Well, if not, just don't just hate, but then just stay in your local store, and then you guys come up with everything you want. It doesn't matter. So, and I think that's the biggest thing that scares people from taking to the small-time tournament to that next level. They're like, well, maybe my home brews don't work, or maybe because this and this. Everybody's told me it's so scary because of 17-page FAQ. Like, this is still ultimately Warhammer 40K. Right? Like, there isn't some massive, ultimately just do a quick research, talk to a couple people. Yes, invisibility isn't necessarily the same when you go to these other events. Maybe this isn't with this. But there is more affecting lists that is bigger. What is the list comprised of? What is this? That is more of a bigger deal than the FAQs that are actually getting ruled on. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, and then also I love. There's actually at Hit Point Hobbies coming up in a couple of 3 weeks, I think, or something. There's a 1,500-point force org. Do you know how excited? Like I can't because my next 7 weeks I'm booked. But I would love to go to an event like that. Single force org, old school 40K. Now I don't
it's
need
like
to
the
play,
old ATC, like the first couple of years.
Exactly. I'm not necessarily saying I want to play like this all the time, but I can get behind every once in a while, like changing it up. So I wanted to hit up a couple questions. Evan is checking in saying the second battle report has a lot more improvements. From the first, lighting is great now, looking really good. Thanks, guys. We are just cranking them out here lately. Robbie B and I have been frivolously working in the Beats laboratory, and Kenny is making sure he does make us all look good, doing all the editing. So it has been amazing. We've got a lot
team effort.
Yeah, it is. It does. It takes many hands to raise a child in a village when it's snowing out, I think is what they say is that proverb. So, do you think?
Yeah, don't forget you can. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, don't forget if you're a veteran, you can get those things early over on the Long War, because I feel like this season our quality, each one that's coming out, our quality is just gonna be leaping above the one before it, as we're learning all the new equipment, which is completely borrowed, by the way.
Yo, absolutely. Well, I mean, just for right now, we've got a camera that's borrowed, but spoiler alert. We talk about it all the time, but it's happening. The Kickstarter will be a thing. It is going to be a thing, and one of the top 5 first things that we're going to pick, pick up, is a new camera that's got all the mic and everything else. You think we're good now? Just check us out here in a couple months whenever we can get everything up and running and full going. So before I hit up anything else here, Robbie B, do you want to break it down real quick on what we got dropping on Friday?
For releases?
Yep.
It looks like it's just some Age of Sigmar stuff, a couple of new.
Well, no, I was talking about releases that we're doing.
Oh, this Friday, battle report wise,
is Bits Bags. Do.
Oh gosh, sorry. There's so much going on.
It's
I'm
okay.
Like Friday. What's Friday? I don't know. I don't know. Like 10 days. So me and Juice, we got the new round of Bits Fat Sacks. Now I've been doing these for many years now. Juice helped with the last batch, and this batch is actually going to be pretty cool. It's going to be our best yet because you get a clam pack miniature in here, which is like $30 or something right off the bat. You get one of these sweet Vallejo paints, brand new, in the dropper bottle, because dropper bottle is the way to go for paint, right?
Exactly.
And this huge sack full of bits. Now I did a video unboxing of this one. I'll probably post it up tomorrow just to give everybody an idea what's going to come with these. But the cool thing is we're only doing a very limited number of these because we only had 2 days. Juice is busy, I'm busy, to slap them together, to get them all up and going, keep the standards high. I make everyone. Juice helps cut them down. It's awesome. It's a fun time. But we only got 80 of these things. Half of them, 1 and 2, is going to come with a full kit with it too. Like you might get a drop pod, a Storm Talon, a full tactical squad. We got Razorbacks. We got, you know, the Stormclad Liberators, you know, the crazy Age of Sigmar looking guys, the flying dudes, you know, all the stuff from Chaos, the Blood Warriors, the Reavers.
Somebody's gonna get a brand new Samael. Somebody's gonna get a Carnifex. Somebody's gonna get a Hive Tyrant, brand new. Everything we're saying is brand new in plastic. Somebody out of 80 is getting a Wraith Knight on top of their bag.
I had one Wraith Knight left that I didn't want to use myself, so we're throwing it in there.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Like this is really exciting. This seems like off the heels of your last venture, this one seems to be even more suited for like excitement. Like, you know, I love this whole you have a 50% chance of getting a full kit and a 1 in 80 chance of getting a Wraith Knight. Like,
plus, everyone comes with you get a whole figure, you get a whole clan pack in there. Plus, each one has an Age of Sigmar figure, whether it's one of the Stormclad guys or the Chaos dudes, and either a Space Marine or a Chaos Space Marine from the Dark Vengeance, or a biker, or, you know, Librarian, Chapter Masters, all that stuff. So, like, it's pretty good value for what you think about. You know, check out the video because it's pretty sweet. It's a sweet deal. It's a kit basher's dream, and that's you know, that's bringing the hobby back. if I never heard it, you know.
Exactly. And the last thing that I'm gonna say on it is, last time we put a super high cap. We had a bunch. We sent out over 200. We let it keep going and going. Not this time. This time we ain't got time to make 200, you know, so we limited it down only to 80 bags. That's it. So once they're gone, they're gone. And
I also want to say you guys put out over 200 of them, and not one person was sad with what they got.
Literally, not one person
complained.
So that's a massive success to me, and that is really interesting. You got a lot of ideas coalescing in my brain, you know, thinking about potentially other ventures that the Long War might get involved in with the community. But I wanted to try and take that as a minute to transition into the Kickstarter that we're going to be doing in October. This is happening. This is our strategizing month before we drop. We will let you guys know for sure exactly when it's going to go live and exactly what the subject matter is going to be. But for all you people who've been asking on YouTube and Facebook where they're going to be able to get those templates and those dice and those shirts, that's where it's going to be. They're going to be how you participate in the Kickstarter, and they're going to be traditionally what your gifts are going to be and what you're going to be buying, along with other forms of value. So just to answer that question for everybody at home who has been asking, and thank you guys for checking out Season 2 of the Battle Reports.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, I think one of the cool things about it too is that we're gonna have it's gonna be like like an early bird thing, because we actually have we spent a bunch of money in early summer, you know, picking up all the products like the dice and the things like that. So we're actually going to be able to deliver a lot of these for Christmas. Now, some of the stuff I don't feel like we're going to be able to get to before Christmas. So it might be like you know, like a spring, summer kind of delivery. Maybe, I don't know. We still got a lot of planning and things to do. But the cool thing is that if you want to jump on it, you want to get those T-shirts, you want to get those, you know, dice bags and things like that. There's going to be a limited number that we will, you know, promise out to people by the holidays, which I think is pretty cool. You know.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a little hobbyist delight where I think we're going to do like dice templates, all the templates, you know, throw them in with a official Long War dice bag, and we think we're going to do like a limited run of those available by Christmas. First 30 or 40 people get them, you know, lock it down. We're all about the value, because obviously we've been doing Season 2. This camera we have, this new quality we've been hitting. Thank you guys for checking that out and commenting and giving me the criticisms of the things we can improve. This new camera that we're getting used to with this new mic, we don't own it. Like, it's not ours. We need to buy one.
Obviously.
that's going to be a big part of the initial investment of the Kickstarter. Step one, we need a new mic and a new camera that we own for the Beats Laboratory, and that is like the equipment we're getting used to right now is very expensive, far more expensive than what we previously been using, and we can't go back now. We need the good stuff.
No, now we know what we're capable of, and I'm not going to say mastered the camera, but I'm going to say I've mostly figured it out now. So I think the next couple of battle reports are definitely going to show that. Hopefully, we get a few tips here and there.
Traditionally, we do a little spoiler here. This Monday, the the new battle report that's going to go to the Hall of Veterans will feature Luke, first time I think on camera, potentially.
Yep.
And you may have seen him in a few webcasts and everything. And he's going to be using his Colt Mechanicus versus Juice, and be playing some OG unadulterated Thunderwolves and Space Wolf Love. So that's going to be the spoiler for that. And anyone who's not a veteran yet, who's just now watching the Nurgle and Grand Knights of Blood Angels, we're going to have a Dark Angels versus Necrons drop here to YouTube. But hey, if you're watching this webcast right now and you're not a veteran of the Long War, check it out. You can try it for a week for free. You can see all these videos right now.
Oh, and we just got the I just got the merchant service stuff up on there, so you can actually, if you don't have a PayPal or you don't want to use PayPal, you can use a credit card. So, sometimes credit cards are easier for people to use. It's all on there. It's all good to go. It took like a month for me to get it all done, but we're there now.
Absolutely. I even want to go furthermore. Like, man, I'm ready to like spoil everything. Like we just cut another one. I'm super excited about. You're gonna have to tune in next week so I can spoil it then. But the Beach Laboratory is in full effect, and I can't say enough. Big shout out to. You don't get to see Kenny right behind the camera, but he is literally using one of the six muscles that he has. All 6 of them are working at the same time to make it happen.
It's true. You can see me flexing as I'm working.
Yep. And he will get a bicep bump eventually. So, and it's coming together full force, and Kenny kills it with the editing, making us look good. So again, I know I said it already, but they do a lot. So big shout out.
I'm proud of this one I'm working on right now with you and Luke. I'm throwing some new techniques in there, trying to take all the criticisms constructively about the dice cam and the box and lighting, and I'm really trying some new things here. So I feel really good about what I got right now, and obviously this is all segueing into the league. Season 2 is going to be all about the league. When you think about Season 2, you're going to be thinking about the league. And the league, we're kind of thinking soft start time is going to be probably November. As we go through the Kickstarter month of October, getting ready. November's after October, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the one, right?
Yeah, I get confused too.
So we're basically going to have a really exciting finish to this year. We're going to have a exciting October with a Kickstarter, and then November we're going to hit you hard with the league, and we're going to obviously show you a bunch of these singles games with Juice and other people as Juice starts, really settling into the hosting role. When I think of Juice, I think a lot of like, you guys watch that, what is it named, John Oliver? You guys watch that on HBO?
Heck yeah.
That's basically what Juice is to me, is John Oliver. And so he's going to be really becoming more of this as we go on, and you're going to see this new level of quality as we start introducing you to our players, and we develop this draft system where we can show you statistics, and you guys can kind of, map out your victory. And I think Pat the Victory watching our contestants, I think the new things you're just talking about being the official brackets guy, I think he's talking about doing 2 divisions.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly. We're going to have 2 different divisions. A, you get to pick and choose which division you're going to root for, and B, we're going to have all these battle reports will be filmed within the next few or so weeks. But we want to make sure that the build up is there, and the first round matchups. These guys we're going to bring them on the podcast and get some FaceTime or talk time with them, go back and forth, maybe a little shit talking, maybe a little just like what I'm worried about, this and this. Like, you're going to be able to see and root for your hometown guy, the this and this. So it's gonna be literally something you want to be a part of and check out, if nothing else.
Yeah. So we'll have the long hair league, we'll have the short hair league, and spoiler alert, the next video, if Kenny leaves it in there, we have Annie Cat making her Long War debut as well.
Oh, I haven't gotten to it yet. I haven't seen, but there's a very vocal element to her though. I can hear her in almost every scene doing her thing.
She definitely, when we're doing the interviews, like, she's like, oh, it's my time to get in there and talk to everybody. Okay, cool. And she wants to be part of it.
Oh, yeah.
She's chewing on stuff. She's doing her thing. She's actually an integral part of what we do because she's a cat. And that's, obviously cats do cat things. So But yes, we've got great battle reports coming up. The room is sick. I actually can't wait. I just passed off the models to Lucas earlier, and I've got one of my NID lists that I've been talking about. It's going to be alien themed. That's going to be on camera within the next 3 or 4 weeks. Spoiler: it's going to have Ravengers and Swarmlord and Trigons. It is
Oh my!
So pumped to bring that to everybody.
Obviously, once I finish this Crimson Slaughter army I'm working on, obviously, though it's very inconvenient to me, I'm going to have to take this army down to the Beats Laboratory. Though I don't own it and it's a commission, I'm going to have to get permission, but I'm going to have to get this thing on camera because it is a super cool Chaos army. This is David's last commission with me as he's going into the world of truck driving. So this is like basically kind of his last conversions. So I definitely have to get these things filmed before I ship them off.
Oh yeah, we can. I got the backdrop over there too. We could try to get some pictures and things of it.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, if anyone's been following the Instagrams, you can kind of see the work in progress. These Mauler Fiends, these Helldrakes, these Nurgle Spawns. So obviously we're gonna have to do that. So classic Chaos is going to be coming to full force. And almost every time you see me play Chaos Space Marines off camera, they've always been Crimson Slaughter, but no one ever goes out of the way to paint everything Crimson Slaughter. You just say it's Crimson Slaughter, so you get the free I have fear for free boost. So this is actually painted as many options as there are to have that red and gold and those blues. They have them.
Fresh.
Yeah, I like that. I like that really fresh stuff. G-Dub's really coming on strong. Like they did a bunch of teasers over the weekend at that G-Dub Amsterdam or Forge World Open in Amsterdam. And we saw like some of the stuff, how big it really is, and they dropped some rules. Like there's the Mechanicum, the new big Ordinatus thing that looks like a big laser with like 4 treads, and that thing's got huge D potential. It's got a new D weapon, so that's going to be pretty nuts. But it seems like they're really like hyping everything up for this big event they're going to have in October, where supposedly they're going to drop the Horus Heresy stuff, the Horus Heresy plastic. So I feel like we're kind of in this little trough right now of everybody's just kind of like WTF, Age of Sigmar still. But even though it's a great game and I don't want to take anything away from it, but I feel like as soon as some like legitimate 40K shit drops, everybody's gonna come back. Like that, just like
Age of Sigmar is gonna be dead to me. It is some new 40K shit drops.
I mean, but then again, it was like I was talking with a local guy here, John, today. They're sometimes people just don't want to spend 3 hours playing a game, and dog, I feel you. I do. Right? We all got our lives. We all got stuff going on. So that's where the cool stuff like the X-Wing and the Armadas and even the Age of Sigmars come in, where you can play a game in like an hour, and you still get that. That buzz, that thing in your brain. The little G-Dub chip goes off, and like, oh, okay, I'm good for a day. Like so. There's a time and place for everything out there. Even Age of Sigmar. Trust me.
Damn.
It's got potential.
Yeah, I'm with that. Everything does. Everything's got its place, and I love how you put that. But what I will say is, I think GW needs to stop messing around and let's get this 30K models, these Primarchs, and let's get them in plastic and let's get them in my hands, because that's what I'm waiting for.
Man, plastic Primarchs.
Yeah, when we broke down, it was
oh my God, you're right.
I got a Primarch that's literally a 4th edition Sergeant. How badass he used to be with a power sword, like how Marinius Calgar used to be, like true pimps. Like they're taking away all the fluff from like Logan. He's literally just a dude now. No special upgrades, no nothing. He's got a sled and that's it. Like Calgar, he really is just a dude now. They took away some stuff. Like, I mean, it's crazy. I want to get back to a 700-point dude that is Hero Hammer. I'm with that.
I would love that. That's what I'm talking about. If everyone had that option, like this colossal option, like I would love to see that come back. Or, I don't even come back, just finally happen. Like War Machine does it. People love War Machine. So.
The epic versions, Epic Haley, Epic, Surveytis or whatever.
Oh my God, I would love it.
Yeah, and the special rules and everything, but I'm sorry, I hate to do it, but Evan has hit us with this question for a while now, and I started it earlier and we got sidetracked, but Evan, do you guys think, this is his question, sorry, not to you, but do you think Tau will have D? Is the Hammerhead should be able to be in a squadrons, combined fire for something like that? Like I can see
them getting it.
Yeah, there will almost certainly be something that makes something D in that codex.
Even if it's just like the Vindicator, where it's like, the ignores cover, like super mega blast. I can see that happening.
I can see them getting something, like, for sure. Like, if someone is going to get at least one D shot, it's going to be them, you know.
Well, they got their new Titan now, the KV-139 Supremacy suit, and there were some fresh pictures up today about how big it really is, and it's just as big as the Cerastus Knight, which is the Forge World Knights. They're bigger than the plastic ones, obviously, but you know that thing looks fresh, like, and it's good looking, and I mean we haven't seen the rules on it yet, but you know GW's pushing for that all in, like you can play with everything, so. You know, if this thing has a D, if anything has a D for Tau, this new Tau Titan will definitely have a D weapon strapped to one of those 20 billion guns that are on it.
Did you guys check out Clay Cruz's question? I saw him in there. I think one of you should read it because I have to look behind me to read
it. Hey guys, would it be easier to track down the old T-Suns models or get a conversion kits either from GW or on a third party and go? I've been thinking about running them. Got a list from Kenny. I think one of the easiest ways to run them, Clay, would be I think it's Cromlech or Max Mini has some upgrade heads and torsos. I think they're called like Scarab Occult or something, Scarab Cult maybe. And it seems like
Skybor has like an Egyptian warrior.
Yeah.
I think that Cromlech has one too. So yeah,
it seems like those would be more easier than tracking it down. I mean, by all means, track it down and play what you want, play what looks good, but. You know, if you got the G-Dub legs and the G-Dub torsos, it seems like just getting some upgrade kits and some cool shoulder pads would go, you know, head and shoulders literally over.
Pun.
Yeah,
nice.
I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, so I would do that.
Out.
Yeah, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yep, Jay Cox checking in as well. He was at the tournament this past weekend, brought his crons, and he's actually excited. I'm pretty sure that the comment that he commented on was Necrons are another one. They'll do good in any format as well. I completely agree.
Yeah, Necrons are really good. And Justin Cox, how did you do at Nova with your Necrons?
If I'm not mistaken, go ahead, Robbie B.
Oh, I was gonna say I was talking to Jay Cox over the weekend. He's petitioning to be part of the 40K league. I think we're trying to line some stuff up.
That's gonna be tough for him. I think he's on. Isn't he like super far up in Virginia?
Yeah, he's up Northern Virginia, but we got another guy, friend of the show, Austin, that's coming down to be part of it, I believe. So I think they might be able to carpool together or something, or at least part of the way.
Oh my God, that'd be so awesome to have Justin Cox on the show. So I had a couple of shout-outs. I'm trying to shout a new. Here we go, Jose. I know his first name. I just like I feel like it sucks to.
Jose's a new veteran. He just signed up.
Jose Calderon.
Yeah.
Calderon, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I think he lives in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, service member in Puerto Rico.
Awesome.
He's in the Army Reserves in San Jose or San Juan, and he just commissioned me actually for a 30K Army, and he said he got super pumped because of our battle reports.
Hell yeah!
So just want to shout Jose out, say thanks for checking out the Long War, becoming a veteran of Long War, and I can't wait to paint a 30K Army. Juice, what do you think his 30K Army is?
Obviously, it is an army that is red.
No.
Okay, so my guess, first and final is gonna be I'm stumped.
Let me give you a hint. It was one of the only armies that we've ever done 30K in.
So it wasn't Blood Angels.
So no. Emperor's Children.
Emperor's Children.
Love it.
Yeah. Doing Emperor's Children with all these like Phoenix Terminators and
oh heck yeah,
and a Fulgrim and whoever that other sucker is. That's a
Lord Commander
Elderon or whatever his name is. Yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff coming out of that camp. So looking forward to slapping some 30K models together. Haven't had the opportunity in a long time. So not to mention to get to lay down some purples. I love painting purple.
Yo, your purples are sick, dude. For real.
Thanks, man. And yeah, obviously on Friday a new Mephiston tutorial is dropping. We broke Mephiston into 3 parts: how to paint red, how to get him tabletop ready, and obviously part 3 is going to be advanced, how to take it to the next level by doing some extra effects. So look forward to that. And moving in right after that, we're going to hit some Nurgle. And I'm going to be in Miami all next week. I sad news, just sold my Logan Grimnar sled. I think it was called that at one point on the
It's true.
The Mustang is no longer under my ownership. I sold it to a Marine down at Camp Lejeune. It's not the first time I've sold. I sold my beast truck to an infantryman. So now it's gone to a new home, and I'm going down to Florida to pick up my new truck. Driving back up, but I might kick it down there for a little bit longer. Might try to take a quick little 3-day break in the Keys or something. Basically, my doctor has told me that I literally will die if I don't figure out a way not to work every day.
Yeah, I feel like working 18 hours a day and sleeping 6 for like, a year and a half straight, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, and especially considering you don't drink at all.
Yeah,
that actually helps. That since you
yeah.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you don't drink though, so it's fine, right? And I was like, I drink a lot.
When you say I don't drink, I haven't drank today.
Yeah, I haven't drinking yet.
8:30 in the morning.
I remember I lived in New York. I had a lot of bad habits, and my doctor one time was like, "You need to stop him. You need to fucking stop that. It's gonna kill you."
When he means bad habits, he means glutens.
No, actually, I didn't know I had the glutens when I lived in New York. That actually explains a lot, to be honest. But
there we go. So Jay Cox is coming in and saying not as well as he'd like to have. He went 4-4, finished like 114th overall by their dumbass scoring system. Sorted by, hey, his words, not mine. Sorted by battle points, though. I was somewhere in the top 30. Played one of your armies, Kenny. Andrew West, I think his name was. Blood Angels and Iron Hands. And
maybe that was that guy that he just did the commission for.
It was. So that's pretty fresh.
Nice. I see you knew the Kenny Boucher. I too know the Kenny Boucher.
Yes. So Amos, oh my God, I'm excited for the Horse Heresy stuff. You guys should do one of the most legendary battles, or have your own heroes. Yes, I completely agree. The second we can get some of these Primarchs in our hands, like literally, I'm gonna play with 2 of them. My army.
I don't even care. I'm gonna play with 2.
I don't care. We're playing.
Ooh, we could do like Ferrus Manus versus Fulgrim. That'd be pretty epic.
Oh my gosh, I just figured it out, dude. Epic Battle Royale, King of the Hill, Primarch on Primarch on Primarch. Literally, your stat line stays the same. The more expensive you are, you have to go. You have to be from the beginning and fight through everybody. The cheaper you are, you get to go through as the next cycle, the waves. And dog, you literally, your stat line doesn't change. If you took 2 wounds to throw down the second place chump Primarch, then the third place chump Primarch comes in, jumps right in. King of the Hill.
Oh, it's like Tekken Tag.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We need to make this happen. And this is all because of you, Famous Amos. When you said we need to come up with something epic, Horse Heresy. Literally, that's just what happened.
We could even, I know Sanguinus isn't out, but I'm sure we could get a dope-looking Sanguinus model stand-in for now and have them battle, like, I got the big Forge-rolled Bloodthirster. We could, like, reenact the Cabanda duel, like, where he got his legs broke the first time and then, like, smashed him to earth the second time at the Eternity Gate. That'd be pretty dope.
Yo, super dope. I love it.
Yo, I wanna talk about some shit that's near and dear to my heart. If we got some questions.
Yeah, we always got time. Yeah, no, do your thing, man. We still got time to hit everybody.
I need to backpedal. I went on record saying that I wasn't gonna play Armada, Star Wars Armada, and that I didn't have time to learn another game, and I didn't think it would be as good as X-Wing. It seemed more like fleet-based and things like that. And, I told a lot of people like Ricky Addington and, Evan S. from Facing the Great Tide and, some guys down here. I was like, man, I don't really think it's my speed. I don't really like it. I don't like the idea of it. And I did a demo, and I was like, this is kind of cool. I don't know. And then I played it a couple more times. And let me tell you what, Star Wars Armada is probably the funnest tactical game I've ever played. Now, I know I said like Age of Sigmar is like the funnest game I've ever played because it really is fun. It's just straight beer and pretzels. Like you just play. There's a little bit of tactical aspect to it, but it's not like too tactical. But X-Wing is like super fun, but it's actually not as tactical as you think it would be. Basically, the most tactical is don't crash into stuff and don't fly off the board. But when it comes to Star Wars Armada, it's a fun game that has a lot of tactical elements to it that makes it just fun, just complicated enough to still have fun, I feel like. And it isn't something that you can't just fly through it and just autopilot. Like, you have to do things in order. You have to plan ahead. So it's like really, it is seriously is the truth. And it has a high price point to entry. It's $100 for the starter. But let me tell you what, you get you and a friend to split that, I guarantee you will have a good time and you will really enjoy that game.
Yo, I like it. Yo, you were trying to sell me on it. Yo, I'm with it.
I mean, dog, it's pretty dope. And another cool thing I scored, like I stood in line Force Friday, midnight at Thursday night, got the new X-Wing starter with Episode 7 ships in it. And man, those are pretty good too. And another thing, they dropped a new rulebook in this, and they're changing up play a little bit. They're kind of making everything more standardized. So it's really good to see Fantasy Flight staying on top of their shit and making their games, you know, when the games start to kind of get a little bit wonky, they're definitely right there to jump back in and refresh things. Yeah.
Yo, that shows just great quality and great. I mean, everything that we wish that GW could get back to that, or get to that level. I can't even say that they've ever been. I think the best times, I will say that they've been that good. I'm not trying to throw any hate out right now, but yeah, I definitely wish they would. Evan, I want to throw in something. I just saw how Blood Bowl just came up, and you're talking about the beta. So that's awesome. But I would like to get behind all you fantasy players. I just want to say this out there. For any fantasy player who's like, yo, I'm literally selling all my models, this game is done, blah, 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 all this Age of Sigmar. Like, first off, your game hasn't even been, nobody has said that it's done. Nobody's whatever. Grab your nuts, keep your models, and keep playing. You think GW, if they said, yo, 40K is done, we're going to come out with Age of Dunmar, you know, and all of a sudden we're not going to put that anymore. You think I'm going to just get rid of my models? Like, I'm going to play 7th edition. I'm going to keep playing with all my friends because I'm a hardcore 40K player. Always will be. It doesn't even matter if GW sold the rights to somebody else. We're still going to play because we love that game. You know? So, look, all you haters that have been playing, I can't tell you how many, 30-year veterans that I've met playing fantasy, and they're like, yo, I just finally I can't believe Age of Sigmar. I was like, why? Dog,
it's not even the same game.
No, it's not even. Like, we're talking about two different things. Nobody has axed your game yet. Nobody's put the kibosh. You're just manifesting stuff, talking yourself in and out of it. So all I can say is, and worst case scenario, they axe your game. Guess what? People like Evan and everybody else has been playing Blood Bowl. Are you kidding me? How long has that game not been backed for? Right? Like, it's just basically the base rules. Am I right, Rob? Or is a company out making new rules and everything for it?
For which one?
Blood Bowl.
I think it's video game. I haven't heard anything.
The actual board game, Blood Bowl. Nobody has been producing rules for that for years, have they?
No, there was some folks that were keeping up with some erratas and FAQs, and GW actually kind of went after them because they wanted to sell the IP to EA Sports to put out the video games, and so they were like, "Yo, we gotta show that we're protecting our IP." So they kind of went after them, which was really unfortunate. But it's kind of moved underground.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like the people who play Blood Bowl, the people I have met, are like the biggest Blood Bowl fans ever. Like I'm talking about it's the best game ever and everything else. I can't wait to learn it. So
David was one of the top ranked people on Blood Bowl on PC.
Oh really? Yeah. So I'm talking about like the actual miniatures games. Like so you fantasy players, like grab your nuts, keep playing fantasy because that's your game. I can't stand it. I think it's dumb, but I'm just kidding. But I just want to make sure I give a public service announcement to all the fantasy players out there. Your game isn't dead just because of Age of Sigmar. Just keep playing.
Age of Sigmar. I think you had something there. Age of Sigmar came out because fantasy is dumb. Yep. I'm allowed to have a rivalry with all the square basers.
You're such a bully.
Like, dog. First off, like my game system has magic and guns, magic and chainsaw swords, magic and guns. Your game system just has magic and black powder guns. Like, I got laser pistols and magic. Like, obviously, 40K is better. Like,
obviously, and I can. I've got cool armor that will actually keep me alive.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking about being better at things, I want to give a shout out to Tim Roberts that beat me at the Space Curves at the X-Wing. Called me out to a rematch.
Gosh, I'm so glad we didn't get off here before. I just want, if it hasn't clear, OBJ Tim, smash, demolish. Actually, Robbie B was crying.
He beat me so bad I lost my dials to my ships, and I couldn't find them.
And that's what Robbie B, he's so crazy. Tim beat him so bad, he took the dials from him. So they're not yours anymore. Like he beat him down. OBJ Tim is the best X-Wing player we've ever seen or heard of. He's like a prodigy. He is the Tiger Woods
I mean,
before.
as far as the Long War is concerned, he's the greatest X-Wing player on Earth. I mean,
period. So OBJ, Tim, I did want to play X-Wing, but after I saw what you did to my boy Robbie B, I can't do it.
But seriously though, I need those dials back. I need those. Don't keep those. I need those.
Oh man, has it been an hour already? I can't believe it.
It has.
It sure has. You want to hit the wrap up?
Yo, absolutely. Big shout out to everybody. Just remember that we are going straight from here, straight to the podcast to give you guys all the content under the sun. So if we didn't talk about it or hit it tonight, you know we will in the next hour. Make sure you listen.
All right. Well, there you go. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports. For exclusive content and early access videos, become a veteran of the Long War today. Good night, everybody.